Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me in another episode of True Crime Past and Present. I think I said it in the other broadcast, but I've been out due to COVID for a while, but I'm back. So I know I have a lot of things to catch up on. Um, so let's get started. I think in this one, what I want to talk about is regarding Don Wells. So as we all know, Don Wells has been arrested. Um, Sounds like he'll be out uh, about 11 months due to a probation violation that he did, not due to the DUI. On an article provided by WJHL states, after a Monday afternoon appearance in Hawkins County General Sessions Court, Don Wells, father of missing child Summer Wells, is now serving time in the Hawkins County Jail in connection to a October DUI arrest. During his 1 p.m. appearance, Wells pleaded guilty to the DUI influence charge, and the state dropped all other charges from his October 30th arrest. While in court, Wells claimed a toxicology screen from the night of the arrest returned without evidence of drugs. He also said a blood alcohol screening taken that night returned with a level of 0.13%. While he was in court, he did pass a note to News Channel 11 Bianca Moraes, which read, "Thanks to everyone for all positive support. It's been very difficult." He might be eligible for probation again after serving 180 days and completion of a alcohol rehabilitation program. So there was a couple protesters, from my understanding, outside the courthouse in regards to Summerwell's disappearance. Okay. So, what now? What's going to happen now? These are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. This is what I think should happen, could happen. So, there's a lot. Well, first, as we all know, for those of us that have followed the case closely, we know that Dawn is the primary spokesperson for the family. Right? We rarely see Candace by herself. I think the only time we saw her by herself was during the Dr. Phil show when she was being questioned by herself. Other than that, he's always been there. Um, he's always been the one talking and explaining to her. So I might get some backlash on this, but I honestly don't think, again, my opinion only, that Dawn has anything to do with the disappearance of Summer. But I have an inkling that he might now know what exactly happened. I've always said and I've always thought that Candace is 100% guilty in knowing what happened to her. So now that he's no longer the spokesperson for her, I think this is where the police, TBI, FBI, whoever is the primary investigator of Summer needs to interrogate her and do it with a vengeance. Don't let her rest, right? Meaning that, I don't know, maybe I watch too many true crime TV situations, but they should interrogate her one day, then just keep at her. She'll crack. I'm pretty sure she'll crack. Because, a lot of the lives that they've been doing, they're always under the influence. They're always fighting, right? Usually, when parents are mourning, they are crying, they're upset. I mean, some of them aren't even bathing. And these two have always been drinking. And there's a lot of reasons why maybe they're drinking or doing other activities they shouldn't be doing. It could be that they're upset at each other. I don't know. But I think this is the time they need to get to um Candace. Now I'm gonna flip it around. I think also this is a time when Candace should start getting her life together. Now hear me out on this one. So this whole time that Don has been home, like I said, he's been the spokesperson. He's been sheltering her, right? He's still the main provider. She's losing friends left and right. So she really has no sense of what the real world is. So as she goes out, perhaps gets a job, maybe wants to learn some type of trade. I mean, I don't know if she has her high school diploma or her college degree. Maybe she should pursue something like that. First, as a woman, to empower herself, right? To know that regardless of everything else, she should she should be strong enough to fend for herself. She should be strong enough to support her children. So, if she decides to get back with Don or not or whatnot, she has something to fall back on. Not only that, I think once she starts going into the real world and she starts making friends and things that just life goes on like anything, she's going to start to slip up. She's going to start to tell people maybe different stories of what happened. There might be familiar with the case, might not be familiar. So, this is why I think she needs to get out into the real world because she hasn't, right? People slip up. And I also think, I don't know, this is just a true crime again, too many movies me watching, but if I was the investigator on this case, I would use Hunter, right? Everything's alleged. We don't know really what went down, but with a lot of information that was shared from the Chris McDonough interview, I think that he can be used to get into Candace's mind, right? She did have a weakness for him. However it is you want to think she had it, but she had it. So maybe, you know, getting the investigator to have Hunter to become her friend again, and just little by little, just, I don't know, maybe she'll crack as well, right? This is a time to take advantage that Don is not there. He is the protector of that household. And what about this one? What if they put like an informant in the jail where he's at, right? I've seen that in the movies. I don't know if it's true or not, but what if they put an informant in there? Not to see if he, again, I don't think he had any, I don't think he had anything to do with it. Again, my opinion only. But I think he knows. I think Candace told him exactly what happened. And that's why every time he drinks or he was under the influence of whatever, his rage came out. And that's why I think all these issues were happening while they were drinking. It can also be, besides the fact that his daughter's missing, it could be the reason why he's drinking more, right? Because now It's like my wife has something to do with my daughter's disappearance, but if I sang anything, all these other things that possibly might had happened in the household with Summer and him are gonna come into light. So he's in the catch 21. So it's like, what do I do? Maybe he wants to come out and do and say what the right thing is, but he also has to take care of his own, but of himself. So I don't know if any investigators from the case are listening to this broadcast, but if were my opinion, this is the right time. All right, guys, let me know what you think on the comments below. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.